This week, our focus is on web server and application server technologies. You may have some limited understanding of these concepts from your general computer knowledge. Again, as a reminder, all previous homework is available for review on the website. And again, continue to organize your files to make it easier to begin FTPing over the next 2 weeks of the course. Here are some basics you need to know in order to utilize some of these servers. A web server delivers static content. An application server delivers dynamic content. The relationship between application servers and a database is that it transforms data with business logic. Web servers and application servers can be free and readily available. If they are, this is known as open source. And you may know FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol. So what is a web server? Well, it's software and hardware that uses hypertext transfer protocol and other potential protocols to respond to a request a client makes over the World Wide Web. So if you go to a website, you are considered a client. It displays the content of a website using storing, processing, and delivering tools to you as the user. Here's a visual of how it works. Our web server stores files and has an HTTP server. Your browser makes a request for a website, and this server provides a response. In most cases, the response is simply loading a web page. A static web server just displays the files as is. A dynamic web server updates files before sending them to you. There is also a possibility of receiving an error message when going on the web. There are 5 levels of potential errors. Anything with a 100 provides an informational response. Anything that is 2 with a number indicates that there is a successful request. Anything with a 3 number is a redirection. Anything with a 4 number is a client error. Anything with a 5 number is a server error. Here are our 100 level errors. You can read through them at your leisure. Here we have 200 level errors. Again, you can read through them at your leisure. Here we have 300 level errors, which you can read through during your leisure. Next, we have our 400 level errors. Oftentimes, you will end up with a 403 forbidden error if you're accessing a website which you do not have a specific login for. This can be common in that instance. Here are some more 400 level errors. You may have a 404 not found error if you try to access a web page or a piece of information online that has been deleted. Here we have ever still some more 400 level error possibilities. Again, more 400 level error possibilities. And the last of our 400 level error possibilities. You'll notice this interesting one. 451, unavailable for legal reasons, was created in reference to the novel Fahrenheit 451. Next, we have our 500 level errors. It is common to see the bad gateway or gateway timeout option when your internet connection is running oddly. Here are some more 500 level error possibilities. So what are some commonly used web servers? You may have heard of Apache, HTTP, Nginx, Apache Tomcat, Node.js, which, as I'm sure you recognize, is JavaScript, and LightTPD. Web servers that are paid can be provided to you by GoDaddy, HostGator, OneWeb Hosting, HostWinds, A2 Web Hosting, WP Engine, and One-to-One. So, here are some basics about understanding the web. A website, which can also be referred to as a domain, is the highest level of the website. Example provided there for you. A web page is an individual page within the website. Example provided for you there too. There can also be a subdomain which can feature its own web pages and a secondary folder. It can be created in two different ways. In this example, our folder is after our domain name /business/, or it can be right within the domain name, such as pirate.shu.edu. The old quote from that famous baseball movie you should all watch, "If you build it, they will come." You can build your own web server if you so choose, had the money, and had the interest. There is a web server app available for Chrome. It's an app right from the Chrome Web Store and can run offline. More information can be found within this website provided. Application servers are a little different. They serve that host the application. There are some common tools such as JavaScript, PHP, and mobile application servers. There's also the .NET framework from Microsoft. So where can these application servers be deployed? On the premises, right from your computer or network. On a cloud, which is public on internet, available to anyone you provide access to. Private cloud, which likely provides or requires a password to access. Or PaaS, Platform as a Service, which can also be cloud-based. PaaS can be delivered in three ways: as a public cloud service, as a private service, or as software deployed on a public infrastructure. There are also web APIs available that you can utilize to help you in developing your own apps if you so choose. It's set by a specific number of measures or specifications in order to work most appropriately on the web. The most known API is the Google API. You can build your own apps if you so choose. Google has provided you an app maker as well. And on a Mac computer, you can even pay to turn your Mac computer into a server. There are four most commonly used application servers: JBoss, which is open source, which means free, and downloaded easily for you. Glassfish and WebLogic are through Oracle, and WebSphere is through IBM. There are a number of mobile app stores. Here is just a short list of all of those available. Many of you are probably familiar with the Google Play Store, Apple App Store, and the specific potential apps available through your specific phone. Again, this is just a small feature of all of the many app stores available on a mobile device. So what's the difference between an app store and an application server? An app store is just a distribution tool to promote apps for download and or purchase, whereas the application server is where those applications are being stored. So we now get to the point where we need to build assignment 9. You should have followed the instructions on Blackboard in how to download WinSCP from the website provided. You then provide or follow the instructions provided on Blackboard in order to get into your pirate.shu.edu web server. In order to take a screenshot on a Mac, you can do press Shift, Command, and 3 all at one time. On Windows, it is Control and Print Screen at the same time, and you can edit the screenshot to only show your FTP process. And here is an example of assignment 9. You will notice I've FTP'd into my pirate.shu.edu web space, and I am ready to go. And that concludes our introduction to web server and application servers.